while he was saying how 11 months passed in the blink of an eye, Ramadan, the sultan of those 11 months, came again with all its blessings. Now is the time to prepare flavorful Sahore tables and meet our loved ones around the same table at iftar. Of course, besides Ramadan, there are some questions on the agenda every year. Perhaps the most important of which is, what do we eat at Sahore? Or, what do we eat for Sahore? Really. Because it is not enough to learn only the foods that make you feel full at Sahore, but also to discover the flavors of Sahore that will not make us feel thirsty all day long, and contain substances that our body may need, but that will not tire the budget too much. This is exactly the reason for, what do we eat at Sahore? What do we eat at Sahore? We say pay attention to these different and delicious flavors that will answer your questions. And let's get started. For a list of recipes consisting of foods that make you full at Sahore, let's take you as follows. 11 delicious recipes that will add color to your table at Sahore and keep you full throughout the day. An egg. What do we eat at Sahore? In the answers given to those who think, eggs are one of the most favorite foods in the Sahore meals. The fact that he drinks a lot of protein and keeps him full for a long time makes him one of the star names on the table. At the same time, it is one of the most delicious and economical options that can be consumed. Of course, while eating eggs, the way they are cooked is also of great importance. It is necessary to be careful not to eat it with spices such as hot pepper and a lot of salt. That may cause a lot of thirst, and to stay away from methods that require a lot of oil during cooking. Likewise, it is essential not to combine eggs with spicy foods such as sausage and pastrami in Sahore, which can make you feel thirsty. That's why we say that you should consider eggs poached, baked or poached. And leave 2 practical and delicious egg recipes that you can evaluate as if they were Sahore: the boiled egg recipe and the mushroom egg recipe. For more information, don't forget to check out our list. 9 Sahore eggs meal you don't know about keeping you full for long. Leban. No gas milk. No. Just like eggs, milk is one of the most delicious options to eat at Sahore, as it contains a lot of protein and keeps you feeling full almost all day long. In addition, it is also of great value in terms of meeting the body's fluid needs. If you don't like drinking milk on your own, you can also consider making a rich milk soup. Milk soup recipe. According to many experts, it is also important to add cinnamon while drinking milk at Sahore. You ask why? Let's move on to the next item right away. Cinnamon. Cinnamon gives a feeling of satiety and balances blood sugar by satisfying the body's need for sugar in a healthy way, and also prevents bad breath when eaten regularly. Thanks to all these features, it is essential to make the use of cinnamon a habit in Sahore. During Ramadan. How do I use cinnamon at Sahore? Let us tell you now. You can evaluate it by adding it to a glass of milk or making an oat milk mixture and adding it to it. Of course, your options aren't limited to this. So let's say it's up to you to get creative, and let's leave you some sample recipes with lots of cinnamon. Sugar-free banana pie recipe. Homemade granola recipe. Quick breakfast in a jar recipe. Yogurt. During fasting, the body stays away from the substances it needs most, water and many minerals, for a long time. This affects daily life, and people can quickly feel hungry, thirsty, tired and lack energy. In order to overcome these problems, it is necessary to know well what to eat at Sahore, in order to meet the needs of the body throughout the day. It is necessary to eat plenty of yogurt that is rich in minerals and knows how to meet the body's fluid needs. So, if you wish, you can evaluate the homemade yogurt recipe and spoon the yogurt into bowls. Or you can turn the yogurt into a delicious soup by mixing it with plenty of water and protein-rich ingredients like chickpeas and wheat. How exactly will it be? If you say, we can get you straight to the recipe for iron pollen soup. Salad with cucumber and vegetables. We cooked our eggs and poured our milk into the cup. It's time to add some color and a little flavor to the table. At this point, lush salad recipes play an important role. And with plenty of cucumbers you'll be cutting into that salad, you'll ensure that you'll stave off thirst. While the other vegetables you'll also be using will meet the vitamins and minerals you'll need. Just be careful, you should pay attention to the sauce that you will use for the salads that you will prepare for Sahore. Prepare the sauces rich in oil and spices. And even try to eat cucumbers and other vegetables that you cut as naturally as possible and not add any of them to the sauces. If you want to discover different recipes for salad, we are waiting for you here. Salad recipes. Raw almonds. Almonds, as you know, are very useful in terms of dietary fiber and minerals. And it is one of the foods that are indispensable in diets and healthy nutrition programs. Here, when Ramadan comes, it is one of the names that should definitely go to the Sahore tables. With all these features, if you want to stay full for a long time and feel energetic throughout the day, you can eat a handful of almonds at Sahore. But let's say from the start that the almonds we are talking about are raw almonds. It would be better not to choose a roaster because it can be very salty and has gone through many different processes. Let's beware. Oatmeal flakes. You can get a boost from oats if you don't want to worry too much about preparing food in staying fit all day long. Oatmeal, which contains many beneficial substances for our body such as potassium, magnesium and folic acid, in addition to dietary fiber, will not only make you feel full throughout the day, but also make you feel fit. Take oatmeal, which you can easily get in the markets, and mix it with milk, which is also very suitable for Sahore. If you wish, add raw almonds, cinnamon or fruits with low sugar content and enjoy. This is. If you want different recipes for Sahore that you can make with oats, here's how. 11 different and light breakfast recipes from oats for those who want a healthy and delicious start to the day. Black wheat. Buckwheat is one of the most preferred foods for people with gluten intolerance and celiac patients because it does not contain gluten. In addition to this feature, he is a complete expert on issues such as maintaining fullness and balancing blood sugar, as it is very rich in potassium, magnesium and dietary fiber. For this reason, you can often evaluate delicacies made of buckwheat at Sahore. Let's leave the buckwheat pancake recipe here. When an egg comes, it's okay, the Sahore table is ready. Chickpeas. If you are one of those who feel very hungry during the day because of what they eat at Sahore, if you are looking for flavors that will keep you full for a little longer and at the same time provide your body with the protein it needs, you can find what you are looking for in legumes, especially those that you can make with chickpeas. And different chickpea meatballs like falafel will fit your Sahore tables well. However, legumes are unfortunately nutritious as well as gas-causing foods, as you already know, but let's remind you anyway. Apple. If you definitely want to eat something sweet at Sahore, you should prefer fresh fruits instead of sweets with sherbet, milk, chocolate, jam or honey. Otherwise, you may get very thirsty, upset your body, and feel very tired and sluggish as you fast that day. For those who like to eat fruit, our recommendation is of course the apple. It provides a feeling of satiety for a long time thanks to a substance called pectin in it and a lot of dietary fiber. It also supports the healthy functioning of the digestive system and does not disturb the sugar content in it. Before we forget, if you want to have different recipes on hand during Ramadan, we say you should save these recipe lists in a corner. What can I do for Sahore? 13 delicious recipes for those who are already thinking about it. 10 delicious recipes you can Prepare with stuffing food and eat it at Sahore. 12 practical recipes to bring even those who drink water during Sahore to the kitchen. What to stay away from at Sahore without learning. What not to eat at Sahore. What do we eat at Sahore? Since we have found the most useful and interesting answers to the question, let's move on to what we should stay away from. If you also think about what is not eaten at Sahore. If the question is stuck, take it this way. First of all, let us warn, Sahore is a meal that should never be skipped during fasting. It is very harmful for the body to eat and sleep before bed in the evening and not eat anything until breakfast the next day. It is important not to expose the body, which will be kept away from food and drink for a long time, to it for much longer periods, and to wake up close to the time of constipation and make the Sahore. Foods rich in fat and sugar should never be placed on the Sahore table. Although leftovers from the breakfast table you set the day before, desserts with a lot of syrup or many other options seem practical, attractive, and delicious to evaluate at Sahore. In reality, they may not be the right choices for your body and fasting in that day. Many experts recommend a light but satisfying breakfast instead of heavy meals and sugary sweets at Sahore, so let us remind you again. Finally, as we said above, it is essential to stay away from spicy and processed foods such as sausage and pastrami, fast foods and flavors such as olives with high thirst quenching properties, salty tomato paste, jam and honey,